Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Games4all podcast. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me is my good friend James Craigie.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, so basically speaking, we've been having a busy week, real busy week.
Yeah.
And we did a video podcast that went online yesterday.
Fantastic.
If you haven't seen it, by all means go check it out. You can download it for iTunes as part of this stream, this feed even. We'll go on our website and check it out. We basically revealed our top 10 favourite trailers of E3 2010.
And I'm happy with our decision.
Yeah, I think we made the right choices.
Yeah.
If you disagree, you can always let us know, by all means. It's just actually one quick thing to say is that we've had a lot of downloads in the space of one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they're already proven to be quite popular. So I think we'll be doing another video podcast, not too soon, but like there'll be more. So thanks to anyone who's downloaded that and who liked it and enjoyed it and wants more. It's all good. It took a lot of time to put together and edit, but
yeah,
excellent. Right. Basically speaking, we are going to do the typical show that we used to do.
E3's so long ago.
E3's over with now, so we're gonna stick to slightly shorter shows now. So we're gonna kick off with what we've been playing. To be honest with you, I've spent most of the week editing a video podcast, so
yeah,
not as much as I'd like to have been playing. Just to skip over a few things quickly, I played a little tiny bit of Split Second Velocity. It was alright, a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I ain't really got into it yet, so I know you've been playing more Red Dead.
Yeah.
But collectively, we have been playing the Crackdown 2 demo.
Yes.
And, for starters, when the original Crackdown came out, you bought it, I bought it, we loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I loved it anyway, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Loads of fun, really addictive. Hunting for orbs took up way too much of my time. It really shouldn't have, but...
I think when I play the demo, I still go hunting for orbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a timed demo as well.
Yeah.
So.
You find yourself going after me. I'm just going to get that one.
Yeah.
But the Crackdown 2 demo is here now. What do you think? I'll get your impressions first, and then
I think
interject.
It's very similar to the first one. Perhaps a bit looser on the controls, because I remember controlling the first one. It was like very solid, very this tends to be kind of like a little more over the place, but you get used to it. I kind of by the end of the demo, I'd gotten used to it.
Yeah,
it's good fun. It seems more sort of urgent, if you know what I mean, as playing it, because you just had like, oh yeah, destroy the gangs, go hunt this in the first one. This one has kind of like set things like, oh, do this, do that. And it
does seem to throw a lot at you straight away. Like you literally are in the middle of a gunfight. And that's probably just the demo, but I didn't find the controls to be that different personally. Not how I remember them.
They're the same, but
yeah, no, I mean even like I don't think they've changed them that much.
No,
if you know what I mean.
No,
it still felt like the same game to me.
Yeah, I did notice when you're doing like the hand-to-hand stuff, you do kind of like fly about a bit more and be slightly more. That's kind of cool.
Well, let's see. I mean, basically they've added a lot of different stuff to this. Now you've got renegade orbs that you have to run after, whether that be on foot or in car or vehicle, whatever. That's just crazy. Some of them are just really difficult to get hold of. And freaks.
Yeah.
Like crazy zombie motherfuckers.
I know.
It's insane. But squishing them are fun.
I know. That whole bit where we were waiting for the thing to charge up.
Yeah, we just kicked some major ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's safe to say. We've played it on our own, like single player and as co-op as well.
Yeah.
We've yet to get like into like 4-player co-op and see what that's like, but like it was fun. I mean, you know, it's a timed demo. It's like half an hour, so it gives you a bit of a glimpse as to what the game's gonna be like. I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed the first one a lot. I sunk a lot of time into it, and I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. And that's one of those games I wanted to pick up again, but probably won't now because it's only about 2 weeks away from Crackdown 2 coming out. So I'd like to say pick that up and play it again before hitting Crackdown 2, but you know.
Yeah.
But overall, I actually really enjoyed the demo. It made me realise how much I really liked the first game. Actually.
Yeah.
It's not that much different. It's more of the same, but you know that ain't a bad thing.
No. I mean they've touched up graphically. Touched up.
Yeah.
It has the same sort of feel to it, but obviously it looks a bit nicer.
Yeah, I think the only thing that don't look great, and I think it goes for the same for the first one, is explosions.
Yeah.
I think they could have done something with that, but yeah, I mean, an excellent game. You know, I think the first one was quite an underrated game. It got overlooked for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
it's kind of like because it came out early in the year, and
I remember it sort of came out as that game that came free with the Halo 3
Yeah, you got the Halo 3 code with it. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. But it did well. It sold, I mean, not solely because of the beta key for Halo 3, but, you know, it did really well, and people actually really liked that game, the first game. And, because so many other great games came out that year, it got really severely overlooked for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
You know, games like that, and The Darkness, I think, that was another great game that came out that year.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I spent a lot of time playing Crackdown. It was great, and you know, it was just like a little blast from the past. Playing Crackdown 2 is awesome.
Yeah, I'll be picking it up.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it. We'll have to play some co-op together and like
definitely
try and play for it and review on the show or something.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that's pretty much all we've had time to play. But it's been a welcome distraction, really. Crackdown 2. Yeah, love it. Good times.
It kind of snuck up on me. I knew the demo was coming out at some point, but I didn't realise it came out at the beginning of this week. And I kind of switched the Xbox on and I was like, oh, there it is. I'll download that. Yeah,
definitely. So, well, that's our thoughts. I mean, we'll play through it when it comes out, and we'll go into a bit more detail, I think, about it. But, yeah. Okay, so that takes us to our first break, and when we come back, we'll be discussing some of the latest gaming news. Okay, hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. News. It's news time.
News.
We should get a little jingle, special jingle for news.
I'll try and sort something
out. No, it's okay. Seriously. Right. So we've spoken about a lot of like motion controls on the show. We've pretty much mentioned it every week.
Yeah.
It's getting to be a bit of a thing. So let's try and put it to bed now by just sort of discussing, you know, the final little bit. Basically speaking, Microsoft sort of priced Kinect, which for anyone who doesn't know is the new Xbox 360 motion control camera that's going to come out in November. Amazon first put up some pricing, US pricing, $149.99.
Yeah.
Then the same pricing showed up from Microsoft on the Xbox website. Then it started showing up everywhere, to the point where even UK retailers have just started putting up prices of around £130. And now Microsoft's saying, oh, that price is just placeholder. We still haven't actually announced a price yet.
Oh.
But apparently that's how much it costs to make it.
Right.
So I don't see they're not going to make too much profit. So I'm guessing it's going to be more. I don't. Basically speaking, if you want this, pre-order it at this price, because it could go up.
Yeah.
And if it gets cheaper, then you'll get refunded money. Because they can't, I mean, retailers like Amazon and things like that, if you pre-order it at this price and it turns out that Microsoft want to charge more for it, they can't charge you more. I don't think legally they can. So
no.
Maybe don't do that just in case I'm wrong, but I'm just saying.
Look into it.
Because you might actually get quite a bit of money off, because they may charge a lot more for it. But that's what they've put up, and I think it's a bit silly them putting any prices up if they've not going to announce anything. But I think it could well be, I don't know. They've got till November, but it ain't long. I think they need to sort out pricing for it.
Yeah.
I think people just need to know how much it's going to be.
Yeah.
But people are really eager to pre-order it. Yeah, I think I see it for about £125 advertised online, which ain't bad, I think, for what it is. I just, you know, they just need to release a price for it, you know? I mean, I think it's a bit silly.
Yeah. Get the details straight before.
Yeah, I just don't see I don't see why they've come out and said, this is just placeholder. We haven't announced anything yet.
No, the fact that the price came out and then they put it up on their website.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
should have said it as soon as your initial pricing ideas were coming out, saying, oh no, but we can't confirm the price yet. By putting it on their website, they basically almost said, like, yeah, it probably will be that much. So everybody's gone through it, whereas they'd have just said, oh no, it's not to begin with, then that would have been better, really. Yeah,
I think it's a bit of a mess, really, to be honest with you. But I don't think there'll be a great difference in the final retail price. I think they'll probably end up charging $150 for it. Sort of £135 here. Do you know what I mean? I don't, you know, I can't see it being much more. But anyway, also, we mentioned about the premium service for the PS3 last few weeks running, actually, because at first it was rumour, then it was confirmed at E3, which we talked about, and then now they're saying that as a little teaser or a way to get you spending the money on this service, they're going to give away a free copy of Little Big Planet.
Ooh, I've already got it.
Yeah, most people who've got a PS3 probably already got it. But for those of you who haven't, if you decide to sign up for this premium service, you'll get it free, apparently. Whether that's as a download or an actual physical retail copy, or whether you've got to commit for a year to get it. I don't know the details on it yet. But
I suppose that's not too bad.
I mean, it's it's all right. I mean, any freebies are good, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But I'm still not going to get it.
Yeah, you've got it already.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think they probably could have bundled it with a choice of maybe 5 slightly older games, maybe, and you get to pick which one you want.
Yeah.
That would have worked better, I think. But hey, they may still do that. So that's pretty cool. I also want to just talk about. We didn't mention this last week, I don't believe. We spoke in the pre-E3 show about Virgin having something to do with gaming. Yeah. That was unveiled. We were going to mention it last week in the sort of post-E3 show. It's a gambling service.
Yeah.
Virgin Gaming, basically speaking, I think it works with PC, Xbox, and PS3. And basically, you connect your gamer tag to this online account. You get to basically bet on online multiplayer matches. And, yeah, it's insanity, if I'm honest.
It's crazy.
But, there's money to be made here. Professional gamers have got to, if they want to call themselves professionals, that's what they need to do, I think.
Put money where the mouth is.
Put their money where the mouth is, indeed. So, I mean, there will be people that, who will gamble. Hell, why not? I mean, if I was good enough, I'd probably try and make money.
Yeah, same here. Thing is, I know I'm not good enough.
Yeah,
so.
that's it. So, that's all that was, really. Kind of an alright idea. I don't know, I mean, what do you think? Is it a bit too much? Is it a bit of a silly idea? I don't know yet.
I don't think it's a silly idea. I mean, there will be people who will go for it. It's certainly sort of a very niche market for the gambling and bookies and everything. But I can't go too big on the whole anti-gambling thing anyway, because my girlfriend used to be a bookie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's going to let you place bets anywhere like between $1 and $1,000. This is basically only for US at the moment. I do believe. I don't know if we're going to get it over here, but I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I mean, I think it's fine for those who want to do it. I'm not going to take part in this.
On the flip side, it does sort of open up the field to sort of like gaming tournaments becoming big things.
Yeah.
Which, it's not too bad. I mean, get like televised fighting game tournaments or racing tournaments and stuff. And
yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. You didn't think about that?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
So
true.
No,
Right, you got me there.
That would be pretty awesome.
You've won me over.
Yeah.
Okay, well, excellent news there. We were just talking about the Crackdown 2 demo, yeah?
Yeah.
Turns out, we're not going to give you the details on this, because we're not like that, but there's a way to hack the demo so that you can play it for longer than half an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah, we weren't going to tell you how to do that, but if you go online, I'm sure you can find out. That's what Google's for.
Yeah. It's not necessarily going to give you like the whole game.
No, because the download's only about
stuff.
a gig anyway.
Yeah, so but still, it gives
you a chance to do as much as it will let you do. Apart from certain events, you can't, like races and stuff. It won't let you do that apparently, because then it kicks back in with the timer or it shuts it off. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's all about disconnecting and reconnecting to Xbox Live or something like that. But yeah, if you're interested in that, by all means. I don't think that's illegal, is it? It's not illegal. Can't be.
Wow.
Well, anyway. So yeah, Crackdown 2. Good news. So we still got a lot of like overspill from E3 to talk about.
Yeah.
It's just going to give us probably a good month's worth of material to like news and stuff to like talk about. But the 3DS, not being funny, when they announced this 3DS,
yeah,
everyone's like, cool, now we can try and do this. Now could it do this? Could it do this? And like, there's so many suggestions out there for stuff that this could be possible. Like, it could be possible on this little device. Obviously, we talked about 3D movies, like, and things like that, right? But they're now talking about the possibility of having 3D video chat from obviously one 3DS to another. They've got Wi-Fi, so I guess it could the bandwidth is probably, You know, it could work. You know, but there's talk of it because obviously it's got 3D camera. Isn't the 3D camera on the outside though?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
So you'd have to like talk to it, turn it round to see the response, and then
turn it back on again. And they'd have to do the exact same. Yeah, the possibility's there. I think if they mounted the 3D camera on the inside as well, and you could choose which camera to use, I don't know. It's going to get expensive, but
maybe
the possibility, maybe the possibility's there. I like the possibility of it. It's kind of cool, but you know, you can already take 3D photos.
Yeah.
Why not 3D video? 3D video chat. You know, there's lots of things they could do with it, but yeah. Would people really want that though? Would it be a thing?
If it's there and it doesn't cost anything, I think people will use it.
Possibly use it. Yeah. So that's cool. You know, I mean, if it comes to anything, you know, brilliant. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, I think I'm more looking forward to the 3D games. Yeah, exactly. That is what to get excited about. But like, video chat would be pretty fucking useless.
Yeah. With
the camera being on the outside of the actual device and not the inside. Kind of a retarded thing, but hey. Yeah, so the new Xbox, that was unveiled at E3. Once again, more E3 stuff. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I like it. I wouldn't mind getting one, but I don't see the sense in spending the money. I already have an Xbox, yeah. People who've bought it in the US, because it's already been out there for a while, they're already having issues with it.
Oh.
And a lot of people saying that it's to do with overheating. A lot of people saying, it's a graphics card problem, blah, 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 blah. Basically speaking, the old problem you had with the old 360s, where it would red ring, overheat, all that craziness.
Red ring.
Yeah.
Red ring.
Okay, anyway. Thanks for that. This console won't red ring. It has a cutout system built into it.
Red eye.
Yeah, so it very sinister. So it cuts out before any damage is done to the console. So you have to then leave it to cool down before you can play it again. But a lot of people have been saying that it happens too often. You know, they'll be playing something and it happens, and it's so. I mean, with all this cooling and extra fans and extra, you know, everything that built in and built onto this new model. It don't seem to be doing anything. And like I say, a lot of people are having problems with lots of crazy lines and dots and shit just like appearing on their screen. A lot of people saying that's a graphics card fault.
Yeah.
So has this put you off getting one?
Well, as much as I like the new console, I wasn't personally going to buy one myself, as you said, because I've already got an Xbox. My girlfriend was going to get one. Whether it'll change her mind or not, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and convince her to wait a little while, because it just seems like Microsoft are treating the symptoms without actually dealing with the cause of it.
Yeah.
So.
I think if this problem gets any worse, they may do like I mean, it's going to be really expensive, but to do a recall.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, or extend the warranty on these things. I mean, if they're already getting a lot of these consoles return to base for fucking, you know, fixing them and that, I mean, come off it.
Yeah.
It's mental. I mean
they should have gotten it right by now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
They've had
the chance to redeem themselves, get over the whole red ring thing, all that, you know, but whatever. You know, there's such a stigma that goes along with the 360.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I like the 360 and everything. I've gone through my fair share of consoles. I'll keep, you know, getting them repaired or trying to, like, fix it myself or whatever. And, you know, they only last so much longer. And then it's only so much time if you have to go out and buy a new one anyway. A lot of people probably figure, screw this. I'll sell the old one on eBay. I'll take a loss on it and then buy this new one. And I'll never have this problem again. Turns out that those people are wrong. And now it's like, I don't know. I can't imagine dropping, like, nearly 200 quid on a new 360, as sexy and as shiny as it looks and all its bells and whistles. But
the only real advantage is now, instead of having to send it off, you just need to wait like an hour or two for it to cool down a bit. But it's still annoying if you're right in the middle of the game. Yeah, but
what if you get this graphics card problem? Does this sort itself out, or does this persist? Is this something that's going to happen very often?
Well,
if you can only play, like, I mean, these things overheat a bit too quickly, apparently, and that's what the problem is. It's not that you can. I mean, if you can only play like an hour at a time and then have to wait an hour before you can play on it again, it's not fun for anybody, is it?
No.
You know, I mean, maybe for people who don't play more, like, more than an hour's worth at a time, I guess it's okay. But anyway, will they ever get this? Will they ever get over the red ring thing? Over the overheating problem.
Maybe with the next gen.
But then I don't know. This problem's been going on for such a long time. We've gone through so many like new motherboards and chipsets and all sorts of crap like that, and it still happens. And now they just brought out a new model Xbox 360. Oh yeah, guess what? It's got all this. Damn them. It's disappointing because I really wanted this console, this model to be. I was looking at it thinking this is what the Xbox should have been from day one, and it's pretty much what it was from day one in some respects. It kind of sucks, but anyway, that's enough talk about that. I think. I mean, we could talk on it about it for ages.
We'll just have to see how
it pans out. I hope people get some kind of compensation though. If it's, I think it's probably going to put a lot of people off buying it now.
Yeah,
and I think Microsoft will probably notice it, and they'll realise they need to sort this problem out now before it gets any worse, before it just gets out of control. This may well just be like a handful of consoles, though.
Yeah.
In all fairness, we don't know the severity of the problem yet, but it's not looking good.
No.
Let's put it like that.
Anyway, let's stop talking about it.
Yeah. Well, more news about Kinect.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Microsoft have made a bit of a statement. A lot of people have been complaining that, when it was demoed at E3, as impressive as it was, and I thought it was impressive, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it was only real casual games shown off for it, and I thought, well, they look good. I'd probably play a majority of these games.
Yeah.
Family-based games, right? But I was interested in the hardcore shit,
Yeah.
As were a lot of people. So a lot of people saying, well, where's my Halo? Where's my Gears of War for Kinect? You're getting a Star Wars game, but still,
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't like how you point at me and say, you're getting a Star Wars game.
You will get
I ain't getting it.
Yeah, you probably will, but I won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying, they basically made a statement saying that they're not really aiming it towards the hardcore market, especially not at this point. They made a fairly good point, though. I mean, casual games are easier to play. If you had a casual game which used a controller, there'd be very few buttons to press.
Yeah.
Be nice and easy, simple control style. You talk about these hardcore games, every button does something different. There's so many buttons. Try mapping that to the human body. Okay, you've got voice, but, say you've got 16 buttons on a controller. I mean, that's a guess. I don't know. Is there 16 buttons? Maybe 16 buttons. Let's just say there's 16 buttons, right? How can you map that to the human body? And then, do you know what I mean? Is it possible to do? There's ways to do things, but it would have to be very on rails, very, very dumbed down.
Yeah, I think
you wouldn't get Gears or Halo.
No. I think what it is at the moment is they're just trying to compete with the Wii's market, which I think is a very sensible thing to do. I mean, it's the motion controller, going for the casual gamers first, trying to establish it as a piece of kit first before.
Yeah, I get that, but then you think about the user base for Xbox. It is made up of more hardcore gamers than casual gamers.
I know, but this it's there to try and kind of persuade the casual gamers into it.
Yeah, I get that. I
mean, I think it's directed more towards them than it is towards us.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, that's true, and it will work in their favour. But then they still need to do something for the hardcore.
Yeah, like I said, I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, it would be interesting to see if they could develop Kinect functionality with the controller as well. So as you play and as you do all the buttons, do all the hard work with your fingers, using the Kinect to study what your body is doing and compensate for it that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, but then it's it doesn't make it redundant so much, but because the whole thing is controller free. You don't have a weird little remote and a debrief thing in your hand, pressing those buttons and moving around. It's the whole idea is it's freedom, no controller. I agree that would work.
Yeah.
But does it go against everything that Kinect stands for? What they're trying to sell it to you as?
Well, I think at the moment they're trying to sell it as a casual gaming device.
I know, I get that.
That's kind of like their main thing at the moment, so I can understand them, you know, if they said, oh no, we're now going to focus on this and stop giving you hardcore gamers anything because we're focusing solely on the casual thing, that would be an absolute travesty. But they're delivering this, like I say, oh yeah, casual, motion control, blah, 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 blah. Or it's just opening up the market rather than focusing. They're still going to give us games, but they're not going to be connectable.
Yeah. We can end that there, I think. I mean, it is, you know, it's a bit of a shame. I'd love to see some more hardcore games. I mean, they will try to do something at some point, but it ain't going to be for launch.
No.
You're going to have to wait a little while. I think the most
I think
hardcore
they want to
establish
it as a bit.
Yeah, I think the most hardcore thing you're going to get is Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I say you again. You know, I do believe that, you know, and it works for that, but, you know, like I say, the controls do have to be dumbed down a little bit, and that is the issue. They're going to have to find a way to make it work really well without it being just stupid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's the level of like precision you need for hardcore gaming. I mean, you need to make sure that the camera points exactly where you want it to.
Yeah. And
do that, and it's pretty hard to control all that motion sense, even as advanced as it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try and do that. So I think it's just going to take a little while, but you know, we'll get there.
I mean, you know, PS3's got Move. They're already saying, you know, they've got numerous games that are already out that are patched. I mean, Killzone's going to use Move, Killzone 3. I mean, Resident Evil 5. You've got new Time Crisis coming out for it. I know that's on rails, but like, it's still a shooting game.
Yeah,
there are more hardcore games available for that. And you can buy hardcore-ish games for the Wii. You know,
see that I think is.
But the advantage there is you have buttons to press. As well as
you
movement.
have buttons to press. Plus, it has a physical object to look at to scan.
Yeah.
Whereas you being the physical object, you could move and shape your arms and hands in any way possible, and the Kinect might not see what you're trying to do.
It's like the subtlety of like pulling a trigger. Yeah, is it going to pick up on that?
I don't think so. I think
there you go then. Because if you said, right, okay, how would you play a shooter by just standing there in front of this camera? How would you play a shooter? You would hold your hands out as if you were holding a gun, and you'd pull. You'd move your fingers as if you were pulling a trigger.
Yeah.
If it won't detect that, then it's not going to happen.
No.
What are you going to do? I mean, it's got the voice control, so I guess weapon swapping and things like that works. Like, equip grenade. Oh look, I've got, you know, things like that, like, or changing weapons, that works. But actually firing them, you can't just shout fire at it, can you?
No. I can see shooters being a big problem with it. Fighting games.
See, that's fine because you're basically using your body. It's just mapping your body. I mean, you can punch and you can kick.
Yeah,
that's all you really need, and that's maybe headbutt and jump and.
But
stuff.
it can't really register like individual fingers and what they're doing on your hand. So
no, obviously that's you know, expecting a lot of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, shooters are kind of out of the picture for now. They will find a way to do it though. I'm sure they will, because this is something that's going to be they're going to get pestered for and begged and begged and begged and begged, and they may bring out Halo that's really dumbed down and for Kinect, and probably in the end probably won't even really appeal to the hardcore.
No,
because it's so dumbed down, and you know. But like I say, we could discuss this for ages, but let's not even over about it for ages.
Yeah.
So that sort of more or less concludes the news. Is there anything else you can think of that you want to talk about that's been E3 related that we've sort of skipped over or didn't include in last week's show?
No.
I think that we'd like to put a lid on E3, to be honest, because it's taken up pretty much. We've mentioned it every show now.
Yeah.
You know, it's over with now. A lot of great stuff's come out of it. It was a freaking good E3. I think this has been one of the most impressive E3s for a long time, quite a few years. So, when we come back from our little break, we'll be discussing some of the latest games releases that are coming out this next week.
Hey.
Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We're going to be talking about some of the new game releases that are coming out this week. Start at the top with Lego Harry Potter. You've played the demo.
Yep.
You going to get this?
Yes.
And why?
For my little boy.
There you go.
And for its easy achievements. Same with all Lego games.
Yeah. Thoughts about it quickly. You did sort of brush over them the other week, but
I kind of like it because the little Lego characters can actually act better than the real life actors.
Oh, right, okay.
It's got that funny, charming, humorous thing, and
yeah, I think I've already established I'm not the biggest fan of these Lego games. They're all right, but they're pretty much all the same to me anyway.
yeah, I mean, this one, I think it tries something slightly different, like being more sort of puzzle orientated than combat orientated. So there'll be a little bit of thinking involved, and achievements.
That's really all you're thinking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah.
So that comes out this week. That'll be something to look forward to. And also something that I actually will be talking about next week is Naughty Bear.
I so want to play that.
Yeah, I think from the outset this game it's a little misleading actually.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen much of this game until recently, right? And I just thought, oh, it's called Naughty Bear. It's got a bear on it on the front cover. I was like,
yeah, I don't think you quite realised how naughty.
Yeah,
the bear
exactly,
was.
exactly. And I recently saw some footage and some trailers and stuff, and I was like, damn, that's one naughty ass bear.
Yeah, did you see like the movie reference trailers and everything?
Well, the Jaws one.
The Jaws one, there's the
that's
alien
awesome.
one.
Yeah. So, yes, I'll be playing that.
Yeah.
And I'll be giving my thoughts on it next week.
Awesome.
And
I'll be coming over and I'll be playing it.
I'm sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing that. Actually, it looks kind of funny. My partner she said that it looks kind of cool as well. So
yeah, it's just sort of
try and get her to play it as well.
Twisted fairy tale nursery rhyme type.
Yeah,
goodness.
Yeah, if you want to check out what we're talking about, I mean, all you got to do is go on YouTube and type in Naughty Bear trailer. Some of the trailers are really funny, like how they presented to you. Because from the outset, if you didn't really look at the cover, you'd think, oh, it's just a kid's game. But it really isn't a kid's game at all. You can straight up murder bears, like fucking break their necks and stuff.
Yep.
It just looks insane, absolutely insane. And some of the stuff they're doing with this game is actually kind of cool. Just like how
distraction.
Yeah, I mean how the things you do affect the game world because you're on this island of bears and. Things that you do, the naughty.
It just seems so bizarre.
Yeah, it's quite surreal. But like the stuff that you do in game, how it affects that game world and how it affects the other characters, and some characters decide they can't hack it anymore and kill themselves. Some characters decide they're going to leave the island, and some characters said basically feel like they've had enough and try and attack you.
By characters, we mean stuffed bears.
Bears.
I also like the slightly sort of psychotic children's program narration that's going on with it.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll be playing that this coming week. Can't guarantee I'll finish it, but I'm going to play some of it and give my first impressions on it at least.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, everything other than that is really Singularity. That's coming out this week.
Yes.
Which is sort of like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Slightly science fiction-y because you can age stuff.
And
crazy bullet time stuff that you can bend bullets around corners and shit, and
it
looks right. This is basically like Bioshock. You've got kinetic powers and things, and it's a game that's not really been on my radar, to be honest.
No, mine neither. I mean, it looks alright. It looks decent. It looks playable, but I'm probably gonna save.
I think I'll probably skip it, to be honest.
Yeah. Wait for Bulletstorm.
Hell yeah! That's a bit of a wait though. That's February next year, but that pretty much covers the releases of this week. Is there anything else you want to mention, release-wise?
No.
Is there anything else coming out? What's the next game you're going to buy?
Next game I'm going to buy?
Apart from Harry Potter, because that probably, or Mario Galaxy 2. I'm sure you get both of them at some point. You'll probably wait for Mario Galaxy, they know you.
I think the next game I'm probably going to buy is Crackdown 2. That's not for another couple of weeks. Yeah,
it comes out in America in about 2 weeks, and I think it's about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
over here, so... But we'll if we're both getting it, we'll obviously give our impressions about it on the show.
Yeah,
good times. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you've not got T-board during this episode. It's been a nice short one, I think.
Yeah.
So this is sort of the length we want to keep these shows.
Relaxed, mellow.
Yeah, not overstay our welcome each week. So yeah, I mean, all that's left to say is our website is www.games4allpodcast.com with the number 4. It's very important to remember that. If you want to email us,
please do.
Even if it's to disagree with our top 10 game trailers of E3 2010, the email address is podcast@games4allpodcast.com. Still, obviously using the number 4. There's our Twitter feed, which you're in charge of.
Yeah.
Still don't know why, but you're in charge of it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job, buddy. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, well,
you know.
I could tweet more.
Yeah, you could. I'll admit it.
I'll try and tweet more.
Yeah.
You know, so, if people contact me saying, "Hey, James, tweet more," I'll tweet more.
Yeah, cool. We've got a few really cool ideas planned for stuff that like we may be able to do in the future. Like,
oh yes,
why don't I know about this? Yeah, I know. The possibility of us, if we get a bit of a community together, because we know we've got people who download the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not be hardcore fans of us, but you know they listen to us. We might sort of set up a gamer tag on like a gamer account on like Xbox Live or something. Yeah. That me and you can share, that we'll give out to people. They can add us as friends. When we go online and play stuff, we can play with our
buddies,
community, our people who know us, sort of thing. So we can announce, say for example, I could just say like, you know, Wednesday night I'll be on Modern Warfare 2, blah blah, blah, you know, or whatever, you know. If you friend, you know, if you add us to your contacts and you know that kind of thing. Yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do that? That sounds good.
That's all right.
Yeah. Excellent. So, little things like that. Yeah, I mean, we were impressed with how many people download the show, and especially with the video podcast. I've got the numbers, but I'm going to tell them to James after the show. He'll be quite surprised.
Okay.
So, thank you for anyone who's downloaded and listened. You know, subscribe to us. We're on Podcast Alley as well. Just check us out on there. We're ranking pretty high on that.
Yeah.
It's still like number 3,000 something, but still not bad, really. Go on iTunes, please give us a review. I've been waiting for somebody to put a review up, no one's done it yet, so please do that. That'd be awesome. Preferably a nice one. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao.